Hello. Good evening, friends. It is that time for Play PSVR, the podcast. We have somebody here with us. Do you want to say hello, friend?
I really do want to say hello. It's JayBratt. I'm back again on the podcast. I couldn't stay away. These guys just have me addicted.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He got in a fight with Adam. He kicked Adam's ass, and Adam is scared to come on the podcast. So now this is a JayBratt podcast with guest Alexander on it. JayBratt, it's good to have you back, buddy. You helped us out with that Farpoint challenge. I really loved the video, so thank you for letting us be a part of that magic.
Awesome.
And thank you for filling in Adam's tiny, tiny, tiny shoes this week.
I could get one toe into him, but that was it.
One toe, yeah. That's all he's got. That's all he's good for is one toe's worth of length. Anyways, moving on. So we're going to talk about a whole slew of stuff today. It's going to be kind of casual. I haven't played any games to review. JayBratt over here has played a game he could talk about. Not a review, guys. We're just going to talk about it. And then JayBratt's also going to spill the beans a little bit on some 3D rudder for me, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you to get one, maybe.
Get me to get one, maybe. How about you just give me yours? We'll talk about that later. Anyways, right off the bat, this is what we always do, man. What is your gamer juice tonight?
My gamer juice is something special. I was at the store tonight, and there was a lady sampling out some. It's not hard. It's soft apple cider made from Honeycrisp apples, and I got like a cinnamon stick floating around in there. It's really good. She served it to me warm at the store, and I love warm grocery store ladies giving me warm juices to drink down my throat. But I'm drinking it cold now because I'm home, and I like a chilled drink.
They give it to you warm and soft, and then you make it hard on your own, right?
Yep.
I don't have anything. I'm actually going to an apple orchard tomorrow, and I'll probably be getting some. I don't know what kind of apples they have. You know, there's like 100 different types of apples, and they like most of them taste terrible. I didn't know Red Delicious. I thought that was normal apple. It tastes awful, man.
Red Delicious is always soft. It's always kind of squishy, and I hate it. Like you bite into it, think it's gonna be crisp, and it's always kind of mushy. It's like Adam. You think it's gonna be nice and hard, and it's just squishy.
It's
not
just
okay.
Squishy. Oh, but the first time I had one, it was just disgusting, and it made me think, who would eat this? And then decide I'm going to make an industry out of this. Thank God for GMOs making apples taste good. Anyways, my gamer juice this week, I already chugged it because it's late at night here. I have some Korean coffee called Maxim, and I drink it one because it's magazine. I drink it two because it's Maxim and sexy ladies. It's delicious.
Yes. Sexy lady coffee.
Sexy lady Maxim coffee. That's me.
Love it.
If I start looking more voluptuous as the podcast goes on, you'll know it's because I drink that. So anyways, to keep me bolstered, I just got water. You know me.
Nice.
Alex is getting lazy in his old age, man. I apologize. Anyways, without further ado, let's move forward. JayBratt, you want to tell the listeners what the Power A play of the week is this week?
The Power A play of the week is a new game that just came out on PSVR, and it is called No Way Out. I had no idea what this game was. I am doing on my channel 13 games of Halloween, so 13 scary games. I saw that this game just came out. It was scary. It looked scary in the screenshots, and I thought, let's just buy it and see what happens. It was terrifying. I have played a lot of horror games in VR. I'm currently playing through Resident Evil 7. Everybody says it's like the scariest game ever. But in my opinion, if you get a gun in a horror game and you can fight, you have a degree of control. No Way Out, there literally is no way out. And it's freaking scary the whole time. I was screaming. I felt like a child again. If you want to play something scary for Halloween, it's something else. I don't know who the heck these guys that made it, but whew.
So what other games are we talking about? Scary games that you've played? Because first you said it's the scariest one you've played. I'm thinking right off the bat, Resident Evil 7. You said you played it. How far are you in Resident Evil 7?
I am past the part where you start meeting the creepy monsters. I've been chased around by Marguerite, the scary lady. Yeah. I've fought the old guy several times.
Have you gone to Marguerite's cabin?
I ran from her as the girl, but I think you end up fighting Marguerite later or something. I know that's pretty crazy. Wait, I haven't gotten there yet though.
I'm trying to think of as the girl. I forget about that. Anyways,
the girl, you're just running from her.
Okay, yeah. Marguerite's terrifying, man. That I think you're only scratching It's scratching the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, we'll say it. Scratching the tip of the iceberg of Resident Evil 7. Yeah, you get a gun. That just means they can throw more crazy stuff at you. And then what are you going to do when you have the gun and there's no bullets, man?
I'm just going to curl up into a ball and die.
Exactly right. So tell me, what is No Way Out? How does it play? What kind of a game is it?
So it is a horror/puzzle game, DualShock only. One thing that was driving me crazy, though, no smooth turning. You've got either snap turns. You've got another movement that said hard movement, and I don't know what the heck that was because I changed it. It was just like snap turns, and then you have just head movement. So the game controls only with a DualShock. So theoretically, you could stand in place and you could turn and use physical turning in the real world. But since I was trying to face a camera, I couldn't do that, and so I had to use these snap turns, which was really distracting and annoying. But the game made up for it. Gorgeous visuals, scary visuals, but it looked really good. I was impressed.
So what kind of scares are we talking about? Are we talking about zombies? Are we talking about spooky ghosts? Are we talking about straight up like monsters?
A little bit of everything so far. I'm not too far into it yet, but I got scared by spiders. I got scared by ghosts. This creepy little ghoul thing with the machete. I thought I was in The Shining for a second. I was locked in the bathroom, and a freaking machete came through the door right in my face.
Did you go to the bathroom?
Hey, I went to the bathroom in real world, not in VR. Just in my chair, I went to the bathroom. There's a ghost, and she's actually the nice one in the game. Half of her face is like missing, but she's the only comfort I could find repeatedly throughout this game. She'll be nice and talk to you and find you sometimes, but you never know when something's gonna happen. And the thing about the game that really got me, you would think you start to understand. You think, okay, I'm getting the rules. I'm starting to think this, and then suddenly something would go wrong and it would kill you anyways. Like you think you get it and you just don't.
Oh, so
it's crazy.
Is it like an escape room? Like what is your objective? You're moving around and you got ghosts coming at you. Do you have to just not trigger traps, or are you trying to like run away from ghosts or something? Or
so you're trying to find out what happened in this mansion that you're in. It's called the Huxley Mansion. Basically, it tells you that the Huxley guy, his wife died during childbirth, and he went crazy. He tried to build this machine that would take him into the afterlife to bring her back. It didn't work. He came back, murdered everyone in the house, and is now trapping their souls in the house. So you're trying to find a way out of this house. You're trying to figure out how to escape. And in that, there's points in the game where you have a torch in your hand and you have to keep the torch lit, but you don't have any inventory. You don't like pour anything into it. You have to get to another point where there's a lit fire on the wall and you take that fire in your torch and that fire goes out. So you're on a time limit in these sections. So you're having to hurry from torch to torch. If the torch goes out, you're screwed. Someone's going to jump out and eat you. And then suddenly, like I said, I thought I got this torch mechanic down, and they changed it. And then there's suddenly these blue fire zones that are safe, but you don't know when they're going to show up. And it just kept changing the rules on me. And you go through a door, and you turn around, you go through the same door, and you're in a different part of the house. The house is constantly changing because of this dead realm they talk about. It's just so unpredictable. It's just unfair. It's unforgiving, but it's gorgeous, and I liked it. But my heart just can't take any more tonight.
So there's no combat, right?
Not that I found yet. It's basically running. You can't even run. It's like a speed walk. You can power walk through this house. So you're always like hurry, and you can't move as fast as you feel like you need to. There's no combat yet that I've seen, but I'm not terribly far into it. I don't know what exactly I'm dealing with yet, but it's just freaky.
This game looks really scary just from the cover because it has this like has a clown, looks like the guy from It on the cover.
And I haven't met him yet, and I'm scared.
It says A Dead Realm Tale. Is this part of a larger franchise that I just don't know about?
I don't know. I was thinking the way the writing was of the developer in Dead Realm, I feel like there was some other games that might have been made by them back in the day, like not anything VR recently, but I feel like looking at that, it looked really familiar, but I have no idea what it's from. I just saw it on the PS Store. It looks scary, and I was like, this is going in the series. I'm
looking at pictures right now on the website, and if what I see here is in this game, I don't want to play it. It's already just this image. It's like I don't know if I want to tell you because it's spoilers or not, but oh my goodness. Oh my
It's God. Freaky. And not just that, the lighting effects are some of the best I've seen.
Yeah.
In PSVR games. So like there's a scene where you're in an elevator and you're going down and the light's on above you. And if you like look at the floor and you move, you can see the reflection of the light changing based on where you are in the room. Like things like that just make this so atmospheric. They make it feel so real that it's really impressive what they did with the PSVR in this game. And then of course you're looking at this and you're amazed, and then the light bulb shatters and the lights go out, and it's just constantly things like that.
Oh my goodness. So this isn't a review, so we don't care if you've finished it or not. How much of the game have you played so far?
Oh, I have played probably about 45 minutes of it.
All right. So say the game was only like an hour and a half long. It's $20. Do you think that's worth it? Have you feel like you've gotten $20 worth of thrills out of it?
I have. For how scary this was, and I think about like comparing this like something like Affected the Manor.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely, if you have a friend that says, "Oh, they never get scared in games," this is the one I would put them in over any other game that I played so far.
I'm not lying. This monster they're showing here, if that was in VR and it looked like this, from this screenshot, I don't want to tell you what it is. I want you to get scared of it if you don't know what it is. If that's moving around in VR with me, I am going to die. I'm going to literally die.
I bet you it is. It's this game so far. It does not mess around. It could change. It could disappoint. But right now, I am in awe of what they did with this game, and I'm actually scared to even go back in.
Oh my God! I see the clown right now. He's terrifying.
I haven't met the clown. I haven't met the clown.
He's even scarier in the game than he is on the cover.
God.
I'm going to have to play this game on Halloween, aren't I?
Yes.
That's the only. Oh my! I don't want to. That's the thing. In VR, I play scary games. Like I've played scary games growing up. Alone in the Dark and Resident Evil, Silent Hill, like all these scary games, and they're kind of spooky, but I'm all right. But playing VR, like Resident Evil 7 in VR, was the first time I just thought, like, I really don't want to. I really, really don't want to anymore. Okay, I don't need to. Nobody can make me, but I willed myself to do it, and I really don't want to play this game. But I feel like because of that, I have to play it.
Yes.
Oh, God.
It feels like if you took that game PT, that demo that was really scary, and you like put that inside of the mansion from the first Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 1 back on the PS1, you merge those two together. This kind of feels like that's the environment you're in.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. So did you just I don't know how. These are the scariest screenshots I've ever seen, my friend.
And I had no idea. I thought this was going to be it'll be a little scary or whatever. I had no idea what I was going into. So at least if you've heard me talk about it now and you go get the game, you're probably going to be a little better off than I was an hour and a half ago before I decided to try this.
Well, I'm putting it in the cart now. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger yet or not, but my God, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, no, move on. We got to raise this up a little bit. I had some high energy. Anything else you want to say about No Way Out before we move on?
If you're into scary games, you want to get something for Halloween, or even just put your friend in it. Don't play it. Put your friend in it. Watch them play it. You can get scared through the screen, scare the crap out of them. I would say go for it. This game blew my mind in a lot of ways. Not just scary ways. It's gorgeous, but it's also very scary.
It looks very frightening. Next scary game up, you're going to play 18 Floors, right?
I don't know about 18 Floors. It's not on my list yet.
It's real spooky, maybe. I don't know.
Is it? I thought it's scary just because it's so bad or something. I don't know that much about it. I've just heard Adam talk a whole lot of crap about it.
It's scary trying to figure out what to do. I'm trying to think of other scary games that I played, like Rush of Blood was pretty scary.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna play
through the
last two. I'm gonna play through the last two missions because I never played those because I heard there was spiders, so I never went on and played them. So I'm gonna play through the rest of that. Resident Evil. I played some Persistence.
Persistence is scary. Brookhaven gets pretty. It's got some scary stuff in it.
Yeah, because of the lights. Dread Halls is on the list. I played through Sisters the other night. Really short. I didn't realize how short that experience was. It was like a scary short experience on the Dread Halls game pack. So, yeah.
I'm trying to think of other. You know what game was real spooky? Miniwood VR. That game. Because here's the thing, I think it has like a real time like day-night cycle. So if you play the game at night, then it's nighttime in the game world, and that's like being at an amusement park after hours when all of the animatronics are set loose. It was, and just the jank of the game and the weird music you hear, it was unreal, like unreal amounts of unease hitting me. It was spooky. It was a spooky time when I played it. Anyways, moving on. Bring it up. I played Catlateral Damage.
Classic.
And I was inspired by a little bit seeing your cat running around there. It's great. It's exactly what this game is. So, have you played Catlateral Damage?
I have. My wife loves it, actually.
Yeah. So my daughter loves cats, and I'm allergic to them, so we're not getting any. But I first had her play Conrad the Kitten, and she
There we
loved it, and I loved it, and it was really fun. And then I was like, let's turn it up and let's do some more cat stuff. And so I played flat version of Catlateral Damage, and I was like, hey, this game's not so bad. I heard this game was terrible, but I'm playing it, and it's not so bad. The point of the game is it's a first-person cat simulator. You jump around in a room, and you're trying to knock things off the shelf. And when an object hits the floor, you get points, and you got to destroy so many objects in the time limit. So it's like go up to the bookshelf, knock 10 books off the shelf, bam, 10 points right there, baby. You got there's a scratch pad and stuff like that, some cat stuff, and you get bonus points, I guess. I don't remember exactly. Find pictures of other cats, knock those off the wall. It's like you're trying to collect them or something. But the point of the game is knocking things off of the table or the shelf or the wall or the bed and just trying to create as much destruction as possible in the time limit. Fun premise, kind of like a wonky Katamari Damacy type thing going on. But in VR, man, they really broke it because there is no smooth locomotion and there is no smooth turning, unless I just could not figure out the menus. Is there smooth turning that I don't know about? Do you know?
Not that I care. I haven't played it since it first came out, but it did not have it. And the weird thing was it actually has like a third-person perspective on the spectator screen. So,
what?
Yeah, it was hard to even like help the person that was trying to play it to explain it to them because I couldn't even. I could see them off in the corner attacking something, but I couldn't see through their eyes.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of the only games that does that. It's kind of interesting, and if it was used well, it could be really cool. But.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like that sounds really cool, but not when you're playing the game and you have no sense. I got turned around a lot playing it, trying to figure out where I was facing and stuff like that. The teleportation movement is like so broken, and you have to travel in an arc. When you teleport, there has to be a clear arc path for you to go to. So, and it's a weird arc too. The cat has to jump super high in the air to even move forward like a foot. And so that if anything's in the way of that, you can't jump. If you don't have room for all four paws, apparently you can't land. If this, literally just random sphere is colliding with anything else, you can't teleport there. So that was the problem with the game. Was snap turning was kind of wonky, made me feel weird. Like I'd really like to smooth turn. It felt intuitive, like I should just be able to smooth turn here. So it was hard to look where I wanted to look, and then it was impossible to get going anywhere I wanted to go. And I guess in the flat mode, you hit jump and the cat jumps like in a first-person shooter or something like that. I guess they were afraid of motion sickness and they didn't want people to do that. But man, what a missed opportunity. If they would just update it and add smooth turning into it now, it'd be aim support, and you hit a button and a little cat paw would go out real fast. That is the cool thing with the move controllers is you have the move controllers are your hands, and you knock things away with that. That's kind of fun because you're pawing at stuff. But even then, it's harder to hit things because you got to have like the velocity to hit them. And I think in the flat mode, you just hit the button and it like does the damage you need. So I had a lot of problems actually just knocking things off the shelf because it just wouldn't. I guess I'm too weak as a cat. I don't have the cat-like reflexes. I'm too methodical with it. Oh,
you had to paw at it repeatedly to knock stuff down. It was really difficult. I remember that.
Yeah, maybe that's by design. Maybe they want us to act more and more like cats. Maybe it's trying to get us to empathize with cats and be like, this is what our cats are having to do for us. And this is how difficult it is. Don't take this lightly.
Yeah, our cats live such hard lives. You're right.
Yeah, they live such hard lives, and they live them for us. And we just lay down on our sweet little bed, and we go to sleep, and we don't have to worry at all about knocking anything over. But the cats have to think about that all day. God bless cats. God bless Catlateral Damage. I paid $3. Do you recommend Catlateral Damage for $3?
Unless if you're a crazy cat lover, maybe, but no. Even at $3, you're going to just be frustrated. It's finicky. Finicky is the word that I think of when I think of it. It's not easy. It's not intuitive. Maybe I never played flat mode. If flat mode's fun and worth $3, then do it. And expect that you can just try the VR, but it's not the sell point. You're not probably ever going to touch it again. If you're going to get a game and not touch it, well, I'll save that for later in the podcast. But if you're going to get a game and never touch it again, there's a different game to get, and it's even cheaper than this.
Oh, no, you son of a... I know exactly where you're going on, you piece of... Oh, my God. That's it for PlayPSVR, the podcast forever. No more... Anyways, yeah, Catlateral Damage, $3. I think flat mode $3 is pretty fun. If you want to get it for VR, you will be disappointed. It is frustrating as hell. I'll admit the only reason I got it and continue to play it is because I hear it has an easy platinum, and I'm still it's difficult. It's difficult in VR. I might have to get a flat platinum, a platinum. Don't tell Adam that I got the platinum in flat mode. He's not going to listen to this episode anyways, probably because he doesn't know how to work podcasts. Anyways, moving on. Oh my God, I can't believe you, JayBratt. You're leading us into the next part like this. This is the real Power A, Power Play PSVR Play of the Week. It's the 99-cent special Stunt Kite Masters VR. I told JayBratt he could come on this podcast under one condition, and that condition being I send him 99 cents through PayPal, and he buys Stunt Kite Masters VR, and we talk about Stunt Kite Masters VR. Little did I know, 99 cents is too small of an amount to receive on PayPal for you to be able to withdraw it to your account. So, JayBratt, thank you for buying the game.
I did. The 99 cents is in my PayPal. Next time I need to buy something online or something, I'll have 99 cents towards something else.
Because there's like tax or something.
Yeah.
I'll have you know, I spent 33 cents to send you that 99 cents.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's painful.
I could have bought 1/3 of another copy of Stunt Kite Masters VR. Oh, man.
So you need to figure out a way to buy the code and just send me the code, and we just saved ourselves this whole headache.
Listen, I contact the company all the time talking to them about the game. They've sent me codes. I think that I've tapped them out, man.
Oh gosh. Well, this game, I went into this no expectations. I remember seeing this back when it came out, and I thought, okay, 99 cents, let's check it out. I got in, I got my move controls going. I will say, to the game's credit, it surprised me. I did not expect the environments to be as pretty.
Yep.
I did not expect the music to be as good.
Yep.
I did not expect to actually enjoy flying a kite, which I did, because this was the first time in my life I ever got a kite off the ground. Every time I've done it in real life, it never works. So if you always wanted to fly a kite and you've never been able to do it in real life like me, Stunt Kite Masters is probably your best bet, because it's guaranteed it's going to go up. It's going to crash right back into the ground. You're not going to know how to control it, but it's going to get up in the air first. You're going to have that beautiful moment where that kite is soaring high up above you.
I love hearing this, man, because that's exactly me. I didn't know I was going to have so much fun. I didn't know it was going to be so pretty. I didn't know that the music was going to be such an earworm, making me jam, bringing out vibes and emotions while I'm flying this kite in the air. Oh, tell me more. Tell me more about your experience with Stunt Kite Masters VR.
So you get into it. It just jumps you right in with the kite. So you don't even know, if you don't know about the game like I didn't, you don't know there's other kites, there's other game modes, there's all these different options. You're just all suddenly on the beach, and for some reason it gives you the professional kite to start with. There's a beginner kite. Switch to the beginner kite right away. I was trying to figure out this expert kite forever, or the professional even. It's even higher than the expert. And it's so fast. It turns so fast. It crashes in the ground so fast that I just started to get kind of frustrated. I was like, I want to fly this kite right, but I cannot stop crashing to the ground. So I cut it down in my video quite a bit. I probably played about 15 minutes of it with this kite just to try and learn the mechanics. And then I finally hit a button and saw, oh my gosh, there's all these menus. And I go to the kites. There's 3 kites to start out with. So there's the professional that you start. There's the expert, which is like the step down. There's the beginner. And there's more unlockables, which I didn't get to. But you switch to the beginner, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow, this is so much easier now. If I had started there, I would have had a much more fun time. But then once I had that one and I was able to play around with it, I was starting to listen to the music. I was starting to enjoy it. And then I saw there was other game modes. There's trophies. And I saw a trophy about like taking down RC planes. And I was like, there's some kind of battle mode. I got to find this. So then I actually went to the first game mode to try, which is kind of like a version of the Snake game that you might have played on your phones. So you collect things with your kite, and its tail gets longer and longer. And if you hit your tail, you die. If you hit the ground, you die. It has this nice music going. It's actually really relaxing playing this one if you can actually fly the kite right. And I was like, in that moment, I actually thought to myself, this is why Alex likes the game. Him and Adam have this like weakness to games with good music and boring gameplay. Adam will tell you over and over. He gets mad on the podcast. He says, I don't like Tetris Effect. But every time I'm on my PlayStation and I see Adam's logged in online for something, what's he doing? He's playing Tetris Effect. And he's got this platinum award excuse. He's got like 3 times the platinums you do, Alex. He can't say that he actually needs this platinum to win the challenge. You got 2 months. You're not going to catch up to him. It's an excuse. He likes Tetris Effect. I don't care what he says when he gets back. He can send me all the Monkey King codes in the world to try and get back at me for this. I don't care. He likes Tetris Effect. You guys both love Rez. You guys have this weakness for games that have great music, even if the gameplay is dull. Stunt Kite Masters is more than dull. It's actually kind of fun, and it's definitely worth 99 cents, but I definitely don't know that I'll ever go back and play it again. I played all the game modes. I had a lot of fun. It was cool. I'll probably show it to some friends if they're into kites or something. With all the other games I have in my library, if they're into kites, if they want to fly a kite, with the library I have, a backlog of PSVRs, I'll probably never play the game again. But I had a fun afternoon with it. And for 99 cents, you can't get 99 cents worth of fun all afternoon anywhere else. So think about,
see, Stunt Kite Masters VR. This is the point with Stunt Kite Masters VR, and you're hitting the nail on the head, buddy, but you can't see the forest for the trees, all right? True pleasure in life is derived from living in the moment. Stunt Kite Masters VR is a game about living in the moment. That moment might occur on top of Everest. That moment might occur on top of a skyscraper helicopter pad with a helicopter about to land on you. That moment might occur on the beach where you've walked up to the beach and you've met some young chap who is a veritable stunt kite master, and he says, hey, why don't you try my kite? And of course you do a terrible job, because you don't know how to fly a kite yet. That's the whole point, man. You're missing out on the immersion of Stunt Kite Masters VR. It starts you off with the power kite, because that's what you're going to see on the beach, man. You're walking along the beach, you see a real stunt kite master flying his kite in the air, and you're going to say, I want to try that. And then you try it, and you crash and burn. You learn there are levels to this game, man. There is depth to the skill required in stunt kite mastering, and the game challenges you in that moment subtly. You know, we're all grown-ups here. We can read between the lines. It says, hey, you're not a stunt kite master yet. Let's start with the beginner kite, and then one day you will become the stunt kite master VR. Did you play, how many ribbons did you get in the snake game? I
think I got up to like 18. I had a pretty long tail before I accidentally cut it off.
Yeah, I got like 200, I think. So
I didn't even know you could get that many on the screen.
There's a trophy for it. Yeah. Guess what? You're moving. Just yeah. Mm-hmm. I
saw there was a trophy for playing any game mode for an hour in the city, and I was like, I don't even see myself getting that trophy. That's
easy, man.
A lot of time.
Easy. Got that in spades. The RC cars. I think there's one you got to knock out 50 RC planes. That's great. See, there's a story there in that you're trying to fly a kite, learn how to fly a kite, and your hobby doesn't mesh with your father's hobby, and your father's trying to take your kites down with his RC planes, and so you learn how to fly a kite aggressively and take down his RC planes. Of course, they don't spell it out for you, but we all know what's going on in this story of this game. The music's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for playing it. You know,
yes,
I'm serious. 99 cents. That's what I'm talking about. Living in the moment, man. You paid 99 cents, and for that brief spell there, even 10 minutes or so, you were like, wow, this is a good time. You spent 99 cents and got to experience a pleasant surprise. There was a point in your life, because of Stunt Kite Masters VR, that you had to think, hey, maybe things are better than I expect. Maybe life can be better than I expect. Let these games teach you things. Let Stunt Kite Masters and Handy Games teach us how to live life and be happy. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad people can play this game for 99 cents. Like I said last time on the podcast, you want to play this game? Let me know. I'll PayPal you 99 cents and you can try to figure out how to get the rest of the money to buy this game. Oh,
you better PayPal them $1 so that they can actually extract the dollar.
No, somebody's got to meet me in the middle, man. So here's the thing. They have a sequel to Stunt Kite Masters. It's not in VR. It's Stunt Kite Party. I bought it. It's got a story mode. It's got a quest. It's got multiplayer. If that was in VR, would you play with me?
Yeah. I'll play Bravo Team. If it's multiplayer, I don't care how bad it is. I will play any multiplayer game in VR just to experience it with someone else. Because if it's bad, you make fun of it together. Multiplayer can save a VR game. If you hear that, developers, you can save your crappy VR game. Vertigo Home, I'm talking to you, by making it multiplayer. I would play Vertigo Home with you.
I would love to play multiplayer Vertigo Home. I can see you swirling down the turd pipes with me. That'd be great. Have you played Saber VR?
Saber
VR. It's with not Beat Saber. Sabre VR. You're like cats and tigers.
Oh,
I think that's the name. They named a color scheme after us.
Yeah, I see it here. I've never.
Okay, well, it's multiplayer. We could play one day. We're not going to worry about it right now. I want to play it with somebody. I can't. I have a hard time getting Adam to play with me because we're friends on the podcast. We're worst enemies off the podcast.
Just hate each other.
So we can't play. Oh, anyways, moving on. Now, Stunt Kite Masters VR. Would the game be better with 3D rudder?
Like you could walk around the beach with the 3D rudder?
Whatever. I'm just trying to do a hard segue into 3D rudder discussion right now.
If it gave you the ability to walk to the edge of the building and jump off, yeah, it'd be better with the 3D rudder.
All right. So yeah, here we go. We're going to talk about the 3D rudder. Adam and I put in time contacting the developers of 3D rudder, trying to get like a review version of this. I was hyped for the technology. I was ready to go. But Adam and I are really bad at social media, and I think this dude strung us along. You know who you are, Nicholas, I think your name is. Not telling us you're going to help us get one, and then we do everything you ask, and you don't send us one. It's partially why I didn't get one.
He had you send nudes, and then he didn't send you the 3D rudder.
What's wrong, Nicholas? I sent you a picture of my dong. Send me the 3D rudder.
Little did you know, Nicholas doesn't even work for that company. Some dude caught the email and was like, I'm going to get everything from these guys.
He was, yeah. Oh, it's Nicholas at 3dudders.com. Oh, my God. Oh, no.
Yep.
Anyways, no, I'm really curious about it. There's a lot of games I think that could benefit from just alternative methods of movement.
Yes.
So I want to talk to you. You seem like a pretty level-headed dude who's going to shoot straight with me. Tell me about your experience with 3D rudder.
Well, it's a long story, so prepare yourselves. Everybody. It goes back a long ways.
Buckling in.
Last year, the developer of Ultra Wings said on Reddit they were preparing for a super secret new PSVR accessory that was coming out. And they didn't tell anybody what it was, but they screwed up. And in the patch notes for the update they did, it said 3D rudder support. So me being the super hyped 3D, whatever you want to call me, PSVR lover that I am, that has literally almost every peripheral that exists, I jumped on 3drudder.com and just bought one right then. There was only one available, only one type of 3D rudder, and I bought it. It comes in the mail, and it's the PC one, but at that time, they didn't call it that. It was the only 3D rudder in existence. So I thought, okay, they're going to patch this thing in. I'll have it. 2 months later, they announce, we're making a PSVR-specific one, not this one. And so I contact the company, and I'm like, okay, here's the facts. Here's the whole situation. I know I'm outside the return window. What will you do for me in this case? They got back to me and they said, okay, you've opened it, but you haven't used it. If you'll send everything back, we'll validate it's all there and working. We'll give you that credit towards the PSVR one. So I give them one positive mark for taking care of me in that respect. So then months pass by, and finally they open up pre-orders. They say, okay, you got to send us the other $20 more that it costs. So I do that. And then again, months and months pass by. This thing keeps getting delayed in North America. Finally, in August, I see, people are starting to get these. So I email them and I say, hey, is my 3D rudder on the way? I'm super excited again to check it out. And they email me back, well, yeah, you can order them now in North America, but you need to pay for it. And I go, what? I've already paid for this. So I flip out. They're in France, mind you. So it's like the middle of the day for me. It's the middle of the night for them. I'm shooting back angry emails. I'm like, here's my receipt I did. Here's this. Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to like con me here? The next day, they felt so bad. They got the 3D rudder shipped to me, and they sent me this special email that enabled me to get 2 free games through 3D rudder that were 3D rudder compatible. So I got Sirento, and I got a Wizard's Tale or a Mage's Tale, whatever that one was called. $70 of games I got for free. They were super apologetic. So their customer service will take care of you. Now I get the 3D rudder in. I open this thing up and I plug it in. I'm super excited to try it out. And when I first looked into the 3D rudder on PC, it's almost like Skyrim sponsors this thing. You go on the website, it's like Skyrim this, Skyrim that. And I thought with this long delay, by the time it got here, Skyrim would be supported on PSVR for sure. I looked down the list of games. Skyrim is not supported.
Oh, no.
Not supported yet. We don't know if it's going to be. Other game I was thinking would be the best game, No Man's Sky. I was like, I'd be able to walk around in No Man's Sky, still have my hands free to work with my inventory. This would be amazing. No Man's Sky support. So I get in. I played Sirento with it. It is difficult to get used to. I feel like if you will put in the time, if you put in about 4 hours probably and get used to this thing, you would probably be able to move like crazy, beat any sort of multiplayer game you play. You'd be able to beat other people because you'd actually be able to articulate your movement like you have a joystick while aiming with the moves. But there's a steep learning curve to this thing. And the other problem with it in that steep learning curve, so there's a couple different things about how it moves. You can tilt it left and right to strafe left and right, tilt it back and forth, move back and forth. You can also turn the whole thing physically on the floor to turn. That is what's tricky. The turning is really hard, but also the problem that you don't really think about, if you're moving in a forward motion and you're turning, you're going to walk that 3D water away from you across the floor slowly. So I'm like, okay, what is the deal with this? And I go looking around online and find out they're now selling a stand for it. It's only $30, so that's pretty affordable. But if I would have known that, I would have waited and bundled these together because of the shipping. But the stand will hold it in place, so you now basically have the top and the bottom of a joystick that actually stays in place for you. So the foresight to just have those together would have been great from 3D Rudder. The support to have No Man's Sky and Skyrim, the games that really, really need it, the games that I'm actually going to sit for 4 hours and play, would have made a big difference. Sirento is fun with it. It's difficult to get used to. But for me, if I was going to play Sirento, you're swinging swords, you're shooting guns. I need to be standing to articulate that kind of movement. So I'm sitting, I'm smacking my gaming chair trying to play this game. And it's not a game you're going to play for 4 or 5 or 8 hours like you could Skyrim. I'm not going to be sitting anyways. So I'll tell you, Alex, what I said in my video. If Skyrim and No Man's Sky support, buy the 3D Rudder. If those two games, because I could sit and play Skyrim, I could sit and play No Man's Sky for 5, 8 hours, I'd actually enjoy the movement completely. It'd be great. But until those two games are supported, I can't really recommend that people buy this, because most of the games on the list that it supports are not these long-term games. Most of these games I would personally be standing for. And if you're one of those people who loves sitting when you play games and wants to be able to have free locomotion, then this might be up your alley. But I almost never sit when I play VR anyways, unless it's a dual shot game. And if it's a horror game, I find sitting a little more comforting than standing. So I might sit then. But 3D Rudder, you made an amazing product that works just as it says it should. It needs the gaming support. It needs support from all of the games to actually sell the product. That's where I stand on the 3D Rudder.
I'll have you know, Vertigo Home supports the 3D Rudder.
I'm aware. I don't even know why it does, but I am aware that it does.
Well, the thing is, like, my only beef with Vertigo Home was that, like, the head tilt thing. I hate head tilt games, and this circumvents that. It's a perfect game, 10 out of 10.
You need a 3D Rudder just for that game.
Yeah.
$120, man. That's all you need.
Did you try Ultra Wings? Like the game that made you want to play 3D Rudder, get the 3D Rudder. Did you try Ultra Wings with a 3D Rudder?
I haven't yet, because I have a HOTAS joystick and I actually have the crazy expensive pedals that go with it. So I didn't try the 3D Rudder because I already have the pedals, and I thought it couldn't get any better than that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know that the list of games keeps getting longer, but even looking at it, I still don't see any game that I'm like, that's the game that you're going to spend 4 or 5 hours playing with this 3D Rudder and you're going to just love it. Like most of these games, I don't see myself playing for that long at a time.
Here, we're going to be real awful here and just I'm going to scroll through the list and comment on the games as I see them. Okay, Sirento, yeah, I wouldn't be too hyped for that because a lot of that game is jumping around, at least when I played it. Like, That's the point of the game, is jumping around. So the 3D Rudder wouldn't help too much in that regard from my perspective. I haven't played Witching Tower. I guess it's not out yet. Immortal Legacy is a game everybody loved, but they said the locomotion was what brought the game down and ruined it. So if 3D Rudder fixes that, that would be really cool. Mage's Tale, that, if the game itself was like way more enjoyable, it would be good. Just the game is pretty bare bones, so moving around smoothly is nice, but the combat's so easy to begin with. They still can't figure out how to throw an ice spear, so who cares? Scraper First Strike, that would be cool, because in that game you're more or less in like a wheelchair or whatever. It would make sense that you control with your feet. So that would actually be kind of immersive compared to these other games where you're simulating walking by tilting something around. True. Let's see, Zing, The Land Beyond, that's a slow-paced game. Probably be nice to relax with the 3D Rudder. Maybe, I don't know. Mind Labyrinth, same thing. What do we got here? Bout of Blood. Have you played Bout of Blood?
No, I haven't. You're on a ship, right?
Yes. So that is a game that has some complicated controls. And if you could use the 3D Rudder to control the flight of your ship, at least moving up and down, and free your hands up to do some other stuff beyond what you have to do to move, that would be very nice, because that game is very fun. It's very interesting, and the controls are very difficult, but I fought through it and learned it just so I could play the game. So I think you should play that game if you get a chance. That's a winner right there. Trainer VR, Pirate Flight. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Transpose is another game I love. Although, have you played Transpose?
I haven't. You guys keep talking about it. I got to get it.
I keep talking about it because it's awesome. Not in the ironic sense that Stunt Guide Masters VR, I found some weird affinity to it. Transpose is actually a great game. Locomotion wasn't bad in that game. The smooth locomotion was good. The teleportation makes a lot of sense in that game, so it doesn't feel too weird. So I don't know why I would need it, but if I had a 3D rudder, I might use it to play. God, I just want to go play Transpose again. Let me see. What else we got here? DWVR. Okay. Darkness Roller Coaster Ultimate Shooter Edition. A roller coaster game. What is that going to use a 3D rudder for?
I have no idea. I've wondered that too. I have no idea. Maybe you could tilt your cart or something. I can't figure that one out.
It says, avoid the tricky pitfalls by moving your vehicle side to side on a roller coaster, huh? Maybe you can tilt them or something like that?
So it's like those old Spyro games where you like had to jump track to dodge obstacles.
Oh, see, I'm
like
just not...
even in Astrobot, it had that. Remember the roller coaster?
I'm not creative enough. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, so there's a handful of games here. I'm looking for something stand out like you. I'm looking for Skyrim. I'm looking for Borderlands. Does Borderlands support this?
I don't think so now. And it's got aim support now, so that's the other thing. If it's got aim support, I'm going to take aim over 3D rudder.
But see, I feel like the 3D rudder would feel more immersive than using the aim analog stick to move around. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. We know how to use the analog sticks. That's cool. We have that connection there. But maybe 3D rudder. Borderlands is good with the moves. Like, it's a fun game with the moves, and the locomotion holds it back. Maybe it would be more fun with the 3D rudder because then you could really use the moves. You know what I mean?
Until you've tried the 3D rudder, it's hard to talk about how immersive it might or might not be. And I'll give you guys just a little. I've got. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. I have a ghetto booty. I've got thunder thighs. I got that from my mom. I hope she doesn't hear this podcast. And so the thought of sitting in a chair and having to have my feet really close together on top of something and be able to move it around, I'm squishing everything between my legs while I'm using the 3D rudder. It's not comfortable. My balls are just in between my thighs getting smashed. It's awful. So this is not as immersive as you might think it would be, or as maybe for some other people it is. This is not super comfortable. I'm sitting here, I'm smashing my balls, I'm stuck in this chair, I can't move my arms around. It's nothing like walking. The only thing about the 3D rudder that was impressive to me, and I haven't had a chance to test this yet, it supposedly doesn't make people sick who normally get sick because of the leg movements, trick their brain. That would be the greatest selling point if it's true. If it supported Skyrim and No Man's Sky, it would be great. But it's not a comfortable experience to play with your knees shoved together while you're playing the whole time. At least not for me and the way I'm built. It's not comfortable. I just
squeezed my legs together and I crushed myself. If you know what I mean. And that immediately tempered my enthusiasm for the 3D rudder. Although I still want to get one because. I don't. Okay, so here's the thing. I just looked, and Borderlands 2 is supported on PC, and Skyrim is supported on PC, but not on PSVR. I'm wondering what the holdup is. Here we go. Let's put our tinfoil hat on. Do we think Sony is prepping a power play for the PS5, get some kind of new controls, and immediately bring Skyrim? Please don't bring Skyrim again. But they bring Skyrim again, and they're like, guess what? We got the new controllers with analog sticks, guys. You don't need a 3D rudder anymore. I don't know.
I would say it's slightly possible. I think it's just Bethesda. They kind of invested in VR too early. They made a lot. They did a lot in the beginning before there was enough units out there to really make it profitable for them. And I think they're just stepping back for a while waiting. So I think they're just probably not going to implement this support. I hate to say it. Here's the deal with the 3D rudder, and here's my plan for you. I will send it to you so you can review and test it, try it out, and see what you think. If you like what you see, I will sell you mine. Take the price of it now minus the 99 cents you already gave me, and you can buy mine because until it gets more support, I'm not going to use it. I've been meaning to go back and play it some more, and with Sirento, I want to just play standing. I don't want to play with the 3D rudder. I want it for the games that it doesn't exist for yet. So after this, I'm going to send you the 3D rudder. You test it out. We'll talk again, see what you think. And this conversation will be a whole lot different because you might be like, I love it. I'm going to buy it. And I'll be like, thank God. Or you'll be like, I'm sending that thing back. I'm going to put it back in there, make UPS not be able to tell that I opened it and just put return to sender on it so you don't have to pay the shipping. That's what we got to do.
We'll work something out. Yeah. I'm looking at the ground gripper. It looks like it's just a piece of plastic with a nail going up through it.
It is, but it goes up where all those circuit boards are. So if you tried to make one yourself, which I thought about, you risk destroying the 3D rudder if that peg is even a little too long.
Well, I was just thinking, like, what's the bottom look like? Is it like a bowl? Like a
Yep. It's like a bowl with some rubber on the bottom to help hold it in place.
What if I just got an appropriately sized fruit bowl?
No, because you gotta still be able to tilt it. If you got like a very wide plate with rounded edges that would keep it from going away, you would probably actually be able to get it to stay on the plate.
Wait, I don't even know why I thought a fruit bowl would take.
A fruit bowl's gonna sit, and you're not gonna be able to do anything with it except turn. Because you're able to turn now.
Even then, it just does the same thing, right? I'd be walking the fruit bowl and. What if I got a fruit bowl and I put grapes in and I ate grapes while playing the?
That's perfect. While you're smashing your grapes, you can eat more grapes.
Yeah. Oh goodness, man! I'll tell you what, you really deflated me. I wanted to get a 3D rudder. I hate to say it. No, honestly, the games list. If this is the exhaustive games list, it seems like the support dropped off pretty quickly, and we're not seeing too much. I know transpose support was just announced, so that's the thing. Like a handful of my favorite games on PSVR support the 3D rudder. But some of my favorite games are my favorite games because I like the controls. I don't need better controls. I still kind of feel like I just feel like I need it, right? You know the pull. You know the allure.
I'll send you mine, and if you feel like you still need it after you try it, I will sell it to you. I will gladly do this.
Like $700 shipping, man. This thing looks huge.
It's actually not. It's about that big in the box, so probably about $25 to ship it.
You think Adam could play it with his tiny feet?
Adam would probably be more comfortable than any of us. With his tiny feet, his little legs is probably perfect for him. He'd probably change his mind on some of these games.
Oh, he doesn't run the risk of crushing his meatballs either.
Nope.
Oh man, well thank you for the 3D rudder talk. Just for those curious, 3D rudder is currently $119, and then you pay $29.90 to get the ground gripper, coming out November 21st apparently. The ultimate stabilizer. Honestly, that's just like that. Obviously, it's needed. They invented it. They should have just lumped it in.
It's a peripheral for a peripheral. It's going down the rabbit hole.
It's like, what if the 32X had like another 32X you could put on top of it?
Then you get 64 when you put them together. You just keep stacking them.
7 32Xs up and up and up. Oh, that's what the PS5 is going to look like. Just a bunch of 32Xs stacked.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, all right. Well, let's call this the end of segment 1. I got to take a break. Got to get some more water and stuff like that. And we'll be back, listeners, with segment 2, where we'll go over, the usual news, the drop, the sales, and hopefully our buddy JayBratt has a grievance for us. All right. So we'll see you after the break. Segment 2 is coming at you hard. Segment 2 is gonna take you far, because we're gonna talk about the news. All right, we're back with segment 2. We're gonna sandwich a bunch of stuff in here. Right off the bat, let's talk about some news. You want to hear some news, man? Do you have any hot news for me that I haven't covered yet?
I have no hot PSVR news at the moment. My cat is getting up here, getting in the way. That's going to be a problem.
Hot cat news is what I'm looking for, man. Yeah. All right. Anyways, cursory news at a glance. I just took a quick glance at PSVR news. VR Skater got announced. It's a skateboarding game, first-person skateboarding game in VR. I was skeptical when I heard of it as like, okay, that's not really going to work as well as somebody would think it does. I watched the video. Looks damn fun. Do you know anything about this game?
I know nothing about this game. I saw on Reddit it was getting announced, and that was as far as I got. Yeah,
it said coming soon to PSVR, or coming to PSVR. The footage was like Oculus or something. Person kept doing kick flips, and they, and then the more I think about it, the more it would make sense. Like, you could lean with the headset, and that would be like turning on a skateboard. If you squat down and jump up quick, that'd be like doing an ollie. I don't know how. I guess you do the kick flip with the motion controllers. It could be fun, as long as they don't screw it up. I'm sure they're going to screw it up somehow. I bet you can't do a half pipe. I bet that's what they're going to do.
You know what you need? You need to get the Wii Fit board out and stand on the Wii Fit board.
Yeah.
That would make the game right there. You'd just be able to lean and skate.
What if I put the Wii Fit board, put my butt on the Wii Fit board, and my feet on the 3D rudder?
Yeah, totally. Just try and stand on the 3D rudder like they say not to, and then try to lean. That would totally work.
And then it breaks, and that little metal prong from the 3D rudder stand goes straight up your butt.
Yep.
And then your butt doesn't slide anywhere, and it turns out that was the true peripheral that everybody should be using. Forget the 3D rudder. Just keep the 3D rudder stand and stick it in your butt. You're not going anywhere. True immersive comfort, PSVR.
I'm doing it. I'm ordering it right now.
I'm going to contact that Frenchie Nicholas dude and tell him I figured out his game. $30 PSVR dildo. Anyways, VR skater looks actually like it would be kind of fun. Can you skateboard in real life, JayBratt?
I did as a kid, but I never got very good. So maybe.
What could you do? Can you do any tricks? What's your best? What's the best trick you can do?
The best trick was probably power sliding, so that's not very good.
I couldn't even do that, my friend. I couldn't. Here's the deal: I had to skateboard when I was growing up, and it had those little tiny skateboard wheels, but I don't think they were of good quality because I would try to ride on the road, and the tiniest little rock would just mess me up.
No, that's normal. That's normal. It's a balance thing. It's a balance thing. You have to learn to like keep a little balance on the back so the front ones will go over it. But I can't tell you how many times little tiny rocks wiped me out.
Oh my goodness. So I got the big 70s wheels, big old fat ones. They would take the rocks out, but they're so heavy. My skateboard was like 10 pounds. I couldn't do a damn thing. Couldn't power slide or anything. So here's what I would do when I'd skateboard. This is great PSVR tech. Here's what I'd do when I skateboard. I had a ramp. I would set the ramp up at the end of my cul-de-sac. I would get the most speed I could come up with, and I would launch myself up the ramp and into my neighbor's yard and just land on my feet and then just pick up my skateboard and walk back and do it again. And one time I landed sideways and it felt like my knee bent sideways and then I never skateboarded again. I laid on the ground for like 5 minutes thinking, when I stand up, I'm going to find out that my leg is broken. It wasn't. I probably wasn't going that fast. All right. So now I can finally do that, relive my childhood dreams in VR skater. It looks fun. I'd be interested. Other game, traffic jams. You're a traffic conductor in VR, and I guess the point is to create traffic jams or prevent them. Have you seen any footage of this game?
Why was I thinking this was the one where you're trying to kill zombies with the traffic jams?
There was a zombie mode or something I saw too.
Okay.
Like maybe there's a zombie game. What I saw, I just clicked through the trailer. It was a guy directing traffic. It looked like claymation almost. The graphics looked kind of funny, whimsical. I saw a car wreck and the dude fly out looking all ho-hum. Brought a little smile to my face. Would be a nice little chuckle of a game. Hey, it's a novel idea. Traffic controller. I want to play an air traffic controller game. I want to stand on the runway and tell the airplanes where to land. Do you want to do that?
With the little cones as the PS Move controllers, that could be cool. You show them go like, and I would just do the Rick and Morty thing. I'd just go like this and see if they knew what to do. Say, what is this? What is this?
what does that mean? Does that mean I haven't seen Rick and Morty? Is that just?
Oh, he's just the guy is like doing this, and he's like, what does that mean? Where am I supposed to go? And he just keeps doing this. He's like, pull forward. He's like, then say pull forward. Don't do this.
So traffic jams, VR. I guess, is this out on PCVR? Have you seen anything with this game besides?
I have not seen this at all. Yeah, I see here that it's teaser trailers and stuff. I'm guessing that it's just not out yet.
Okay. Well, I like when people do novel things. This seems like a novel idea. I love when VR gives me a style of gameplay that I wouldn't see in a flat game. So I'm pumped about it. Up next, it's out. It's released. Crazy Machines VR. Please tell me you know something about this game because I tried to find out about it. It's only on the British store, and it kept kicking me out of the British store or the European store. Sorry, Brexit. It's European and British store. I went to the British store. Kicked me out, made me go to the American one, and it's not released in America, damn it. Tell me about this game.
Hopefully it will be because it looks like you get to build contraptions. It kind of reminds me of like Fantastic Contraptions. Did you ever play that?
I did
on
not.
PSVR? Oh my gosh. That is a game that is right up my alley. It's kind of like a puzzle game. You have to build, you have like wheels that only go this direction or devices that work different ways, and you can put them together however you want, and you have to try and get to the end point of this obstacle course with this little machine you've built. So it kind of looks similar to that. It looks like you can play around with different things and build stuff. But then it's also got other game modes where you're doing stuff. There's some sort of like you're shooting basketballs and random stuff. It looks like a really random game, but it does look like something fun. This is something I would check out because I love games where you can build something and then watch it go and see if it works the way you thought it would. Like Angry Birds had a spin-off called Bad Piggies. And you had to like get the pigs across these courses somehow by building these cars, and you'd have like rockets and wheels and different things you put together.
Oh, like
stuff like that. Okay. I love it.
Like Lemmings?
Kind of like Lemmings, but like if you put Lemmings in a car and then you try to like the car would get them across the gap. Maybe if you built the ramp right or something, like a lot of building.
Have you played Trainer VR?
No.
It has 3D rudder support. And you build trains.
It has
Tracks.
how do you use a 3D router to play with a train set in your room like a child? I don't
Because
get
you
that.
got to be able to move around your room. It's
Yeah,
an
move around
infinite
a little
room.
tiny room.
You know the
Okay.
Matrix? you know the Matrix when they're like, give me guns, and it's just like,
And everything comes in.
Instead, it's like, give me train tracks. And it's,
That does not sound fun.
Yes!
Even with that callback to the Matrix, that doesn't sound fun still.
I have as many ramps as I
I
want.
have all the trains. I guess I never understood the model train thing. I didn't have one. I don't get it.
Public libraries can go to hell, man. I have my train tracks in VR now.
That's all you need.
That's all I need. F the books. F the missing the one green train that I wanted. Some kid stole it from the library. Anyways, Crazy
Library
Machines.
has trains.
Crazy Machines VR. How much is it? Like $30? Do you know?
No, I do.
Let me see if I can click back to the British store.
So on Steam, it's $20. So I don't know what it is on
Ugh.
PSVR, but
Listen, I'm not creative enough to maximize the enjoyment of these kind of games. Maybe I should get it and become creative. You know? See, like I never played Minecraft because it's like I'm never going to think of something that I want to build in Minecraft. I'm not that smart. I'm not that creative.
there's survival mode though. Like it's not even about building; it's about surviving. That's the only way I play it. It's so fun.
It's fun
if
to
it ever
survive?
came to PSVR, it is because you build your base up, you make your stuff to fight off the zombies that come at night. And my wife and I play Minecraft together with 2 different VR headsets. And if it ever comes to PSVR, it would be amazing because it is just so fun with someone else. You're in the world together. You're building a house and a life together. It's like Inception when the 2 of them got stuck in the world, except you could just do this with Minecraft for the rest of your life and never have to deal with another person again. It could be perfect.
Can't you do that with No Man's Sky now?
I mean, I guess so, but there's something about the charms of Minecraft. No Man's Sky is gorgeous, but Minecraft is just so charming. No Man's Sky it's a little daunting. You got this huge galaxies, all this crazy stuff going on. Minecraft is just simple, good, awesome fun.
I have never played Minecraft. Is it too late?
You and your daughter get it together, and you'll quit the podcast because you guys will just be playing it.
Quit talking about my daughter.
You talked about my daughter all last podcast that I don't even have. So I'm just telling you, you guys get that. You're not going to play Catlateral Damage anymore. You're going to go tame cats in Minecraft and have them live in your house and name them.
Make my own cat in Minecraft and worship him.
Yeah.
As
You'll
the
make
true
a
cat.
huge statue of a cat. That'll be your creativity. You'll come.
Mine cat. All right. That's it for the news as far as I can tell. I don't know of anything else newsworthy that happened the past week in PSVR. I'm sure something really important happened and I'm just missing it. So let me know and maybe I'll cover it next time. As good as I am at covering the news, apparently. Anyways, moving on. Oh, here's some news. Warzone VR is a total turd of a game.
Yeah.
When it came out, I saw footage of it. It looked awful. It looked bad. It looked like a beta. It looked like an alpha version of a game is what it looked like. And there's no multiplayer?
No multiplayer. That was the big problem. They wanted to bring it in that way, and they just couldn't because of something with Sony. And the game's meant to be multiplayer. You can't take a multiplayer shooter and just make it single player.
So I wonder if it would be good with multiplayer. Like if they can get the multiplayer patched in, if it would then be good.
Probably. Even if it doesn't look good, I mean, you look at a game like Rec Room, it's not blowing anybody away with graphics, but because of the multiplayer capabilities, it's super fun to play with your friends. So that would turn me around on Warzone. I would buy it in an instant if it got multiplayer back.
I mean, Honor and Duty, that's a pretty, basic first-person shooter,
Yep.
and I played it a lot because it was just fun in VR to play. Team Deathmatch, you just play it forever. I even played that stupid Call of Duty mobile game. Came out, played on my cell phone, sit on the toilet for way too long.
Your legs are asleep when you finally get up.
Feel that prestige down on my tips of my toes. Feels like needles. Yeah. So I'm saying that Warzone VR is a turd.
Yes.
Until they add multiplayer in. Does
Yes.
that make sense?
Then it'll be a polished turd. It'll be a gorgeous polished turd you want to eat.
The kind of turd that you turn around and you take a picture of, send to your dad.
Yes.
Getting a little too real here. Wands. The other game that came out, Wands, is also apparently a turd. I saw a video of some guy just deleting the game off his PlayStation.
Ouch.
You've played the game, right?
I have played the game back on Gear VR.
So why would somebody playing it now? Did you like it on Gear VR?
Yeah, absolutely.
How did it control Gear VR? Did it have that? Just had like that wasn't even 6 degrees of freedom. It was just flat VR more or
Just
less.
3 degrees. Although I took my Gear VR as far as I could. I bought an Xbox controller basically for it.
Okay.
So I had like a full gamepad. Wands, you had multiple points on the map that you could teleport to. So you would look and teleport yourself there, and then you'd see the other person. You could cast one of several different spells that you loaded into your wand before you got there. You'd look at them and shoot the spell to try and hit them, and they either teleport out of the way, they'd block it with a shield, or they'd fight back with something else. And back then, Gear VR was all the VR I had. It was amazing. And this game, it's probably about timing. If this had been a launch title on PSVR, people probably would have still liked it because it was fun. It was something you played with your friends. It was multiplayer, and it could have been great. I just think 3 years into it is a little late to be porting old Gear VR games over, no matter how good they were.
Is it turn-based? Like I have 3 moves and they have 3 moves.
Nope. As fast as your mana charges, you're firing off spells at each other. That's kind of how they control this pace. So you have mana, it builds up. It takes mana to teleport too. You can't just teleport.
That's it then. Okay, yeah.
And so you teleport, you fire off your best spell you have at that moment, you teleport again. Although the other person might have a spell that brings up spikes and keeps you stuck on the platform, so they can keep shooting you. There's a lot of cool mechanics. It is a cool game. I just think, like I said, we're a little late for Gear VR ports at this point.
I'd be interested in that, but it sounds like maybe it's, we're too far now, I'd be going back to play like Pong when I could be playing Racket Fury multiplayer online.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wands. My brother told me that he listened to the podcast and heard me talk about Wands, and he thought I was going to talk about it being a game of a bunch of Mexican guys named Juan. And it's just because I can't pronounce it right. Maybe not Mexican, maybe just Hispanic. Wands. That would be a fun VR game. All right, that is it for the news and the news. Here we go. The drop. New games coming out next week. The only one that I can see, aside from the British one that got released secretly, is Bonfire. Bonfire. Be the star of an absurd alien adventure with Ali Wong in an animated survival story of trust and friendship. You are Scout 817 of Space Force, but you've just crashed on an alien planet. Your only tools for survival are a fading bonfire, a robot, and a limited supply of marshmallows. And what's that sneaking around in the dark alien jungle? Okay, so this looks like it could go in one of 2 directions. Have you seen a trailer of this? I've seen nothing beyond what I just read.
I have.
Is this a story? Is it just like an interactive movie?
It's an interactive movie. It's from the guys that made Asteroids and The Crow. Did you watch any of those?
I think I saw Asteroids. I didn't see The Crow yet. I downloaded
Invasion, the one with the bunny. And
saw Invasion. Yep.
They've made all those. This landed at the Tribeca Film Festival.
So is this one going to be free?
I doubt it. I maybe most of their stuff's been free. Although the fact they're calling it interactive, I kind of have a feeling it's not going to be free. But I mean, it might be like $3 or something. I mean,
there we go. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. $5. I could get behind that. There was a game that came out early in the PSVR called Manifest 99. Did you ever play that?
Oh, yeah, on the train, the creepy train.
Speaking of games that really benefit from being like a near launch title, I loved this game.
Yes.
And now, in hindsight, I would just be like, it's not a game. It's like an hour-long movie.
Yeah.
It's like $20 or something like that.
Jeez, was it that much?
Maybe it was
I got it
$5.
too. I didn't. Okay. I was gonna say, oh my god.
I can't tell how much it is because it's just I've already bought it. It just says buy. I'm not very savvy with web browser. Oh, $5.99. Okay, that's a good price. So I really enjoyed that. Maybe this will be like that, and I'll be eating crow.
Yes.
Because they made the game Crow.
Yep.
It's a callback. Yeah, Bonfire. Ali Wong, she's a comedian, right? We're getting famous people in here in the VR space.
It's happening. Some people are really into it.
It's turning into a real deal. Yeah. All right. There we go. Ali Wong in Bonfire, the movie. Anyways, moving on. It is time for the sales. JayBratt, are you ready for sales?
Fire them away. I'm so ready.
So here's the deal. I know we did a long list of sales last week, but now we got Adam out of the way. We have the PSVR buzzkill squashed and dead and buried, and here we can really enjoy the sales and talk about the games as they're coming out. We can get an honest opinion as to whether or not you should buy some of these games. All right, JayBratt, I'm coming to you. I'm going to read down the list of the games that are on sale, and I need you to give me your opinion. If you think it's worth it, if it intrigues you, or if you're going to pull the trigger. If I let you know something that you didn't realize and you're going to buy the game, let me know. Maybe I'll get excited. I'll buy it too. Maybe we'll buy a game together, and we will become PSVR store brothers right now.
Blood Bond. Let's do it.
Bloodborne. Okay. Moving down the list. I love you, PS prices. You hook us up. All right. Number 1, top of the list, Stunt Kite Masters VR for 99 cents.
For 99 cents, yes. You only got 3 days to buy it. Get it for 99 cents. Do not pay $10.
It's basically free if you will just email me, contact@playpsvr.com.
It's kind of, because you're never going to be able to get that money, but it's kind of free.
Basically free. Oh, up next, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration, $8.99.
Yes, if you're going to play Tomb Raider and then enjoy the VR content separately. It's you're only for the VR content, $8.99 is probably still not worth it.
Have you played the flat game?
Yeah, I played some of the flat game. It's really good.
It's the gorgeous girl version of Uncharted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one, but after a while I was like, I don't know. I think I've seen enough. I wonder if the second one's any different. This is the second one, right? Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yeah. Is it any different than the first one?
Just, I think, new mechanics and more. I didn't play the first one enough to really know if it was that different, but I really like the remakes of Tomb Raider. I like that they changed the model to look more like a real person instead of just like jugs, you know?
Yeah.
I like this new direction they're going with it. If you're going to play the game at all, get it for that cheap. That's great. But I know that the VR content is limited and it's probably not worth $9.
Listen to JayBratt, the feminist over here, you know. Rise up, man. Stand up, JayBratt. Standing up for women. Catlateral Damage for $2.49. If you're going to play it flat, I say yes. What do you say, JayBratt?
If you're going to play it flat, yes. I don't even know if I'd bother playing it VR.
No, it's just paying $250 to get frustrated. You could buy Stunt Kite Masters VR 2.5 times.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
NBA 2K VR experience for $374.
No.
All right.
Unless you're a real basketball fan, no. I don't see that one.
Still probably not. Yeah. The Idol Maatster Cinderella Girls Viewing Revolution, $4.99.
No, I don't know enough about it. I'm just gonna say no. That's like one of the few games in the anniversary sale I don't own, and I just don't even want to know what that is. The title turned me off.
It's like when the kid in school asks like the not dorky girl if she watches anime, and she's just honestly like, I don't know enough about it, but really she's just trying not to be like, no, you nerd. No, you nerd. Idol Master Cinderella Girls Viewing Revolution. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Are you do you like anime? I like anime. I still don't want to get on with this. It just seems a little bit too deep down the rabbit hole for me.
I don't know enough anime. My wife likes some of it. I don't watch it.
Yeah.
I'm too busy in VR.
Here I am being the nerdy guy asking the cool kid if he likes anime. I take it back. Carnival Games VR for $4.99.
Yes, if only for the rock climbing one. That one is a blast.
Saw a video of that. Looked awesome. That I might get it because that looked awesome.
It is really good.
Trackmania Turbo for $9.99. No. Even the flat got kind of boring. Eagle Flight for $5.99.
No, the beak is still there. It supposedly keeps you from getting sick by being able to see your beak. That was the whole idea. But the beak is so annoying. No. And the multiplayer's dead and gone.
Let's get personal real quick. I have a decent sized nose. I see my beak all the time, JayBratt. Maybe that's why I've never been motion sick in my life.
It's just, you have a point of reference.
So they should change the name of this game to the Alex VR experience. See what it's
Alex
like to have
Simulator.
Alex's big nose. Great. Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Unearthing Mars for $4.49.
If it was number 2, yes, but no, not the first one.
Number 2, Werewolves Within, $5.99.
Oh my God, yes! If you can find a community to play it with, the game is super cool if you can play with people. But I feel like it's just dead now. So
what's the most you've played in this game? How most people you've had in the game?
Well, I played back when it first came out, and I had full lobbies back then.
Yeah. Was that like 8 people?
Yeah, I think it's 8 people. Yeah.
I played with 4 people, and really the fun was just like shooting the shit when talking to people waiting for the lobby to fill up, and listening to Adam circumnavigate these people that come talk to him. Listening to Adam interact with all walks of life. That was the joy of Werewolves Within for me. Okay, Merville's a VR adventure for $5.99.
It's cute. I would say, yeah. If you're running out of platformers and you want to try one, it's really simple. But I mean, $6, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I would say it's worth checking it out.
Paranormal Activity: The Lost Soul, $10.49. Scary game for you. It
is. I actually have, but isn't that one coming out in chapters, or am I thinking of The Exorcist?
I think you're thinking of The Exorcist. This one might be that, though. You might be right.
If it's the whole game, then yeah, I'd say go for it. It is scary.
I think this is like part 1, but there was never a part 2 or something like that.
Oh, That could be disappointing. Well, I was being kind of a coward, and a friend of mine played this in front of me. I didn't really play it, so I'm probably gonna have to play this one this month too with my challenge that's going on. But it looks scary. It looks terrifying. If you like scary games, yeah, get it.
Those games really, or those movies actually scare me. The Paranormal Activity movies. So I don't
only
know.
watched
I think
the first one, and I didn't sleep, so
Yeah,
I haven't watched another
right?
one since.
Because you were so excited, right? Yeah.
And I like scary movies, but something about it being in your own house and just being, I don't know, too possible or something. It got
unsettling.
Me. Too relatable.
Unsettling. Yeah. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim VR 2159. No 3D rudder support.
No 3D rudder support. Yes, 2159. I paid full price twice for this game. So yes, that's definitely a great price now.
What kind of a character do you play? Sneaky archer?
As far as I've gotten, I don't even know. I barely played it. I was waiting for 3D rudder support that never came. I had a hard time with the movement back then. I just gotta have to tough it up and do it. All
right, Drive Club VR for $5.99.
If you have a steering wheel, definitely, absolutely, definitely.
Even without multiplayer.
Even without multiplayer, yes, it's still just fun to drive around in the cars and see them up close and personal. Gorgeous cars.
Yeah. Dick Wild $5.99.
No, Dick Wild 2, yes, but not Dick Wild 1.
Res Infinite $11.99. Oh, you son of a...
Oh, my God. If you want to see what Area X is like and then be mad at Alex and Adam for all their recommendations of this game, yeah, go buy it. But I still don't get the hype on this game. I struggle with this game because so many people said it was so good, and I played through it, and I don't know. Maybe I live in Oregon, just disclaimer, so it's legal here. Maybe I should have smoked and then played it, and it would have blown my mind. But I went in totally sober. I think maybe I had something to drink, but it just was not. It did not blow my mind.
You need to live in the moment, my friend. Let Stunt Kite Masters VR be your guide, your gateway to Res Infinite and true bliss. Star Trek Bridge Crew $11.99.
If you have 3 friends that have it, definitely. But if you don't, you might have a hard time filling the lobby. So, and it's no fun with bots. You got to have people to play with.
I'm gonna have a hard time finding 3 friends.
So, well, you got to make 3 friends first.
We're gonna skip Vuri VR. I know we're not gonna get those. I still don't know what the difference between Wild Encounters and Wild Bundle is. Anyways, Evasion $7.99.
No, the game is repetitive as hell.
Damn it! I bought it. Nobody's gonna play with me. Detached $9.99.
Yes, if only to test if you have your VR legs. That game is crazy with the motion.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It tests you. It is. It's cool, and it tests you though. It's
feel like an astronaut.
Yeah, an astronaut's gonna throw up in their suit.
Yeah, Blasters of the Universe $5.99.
Yes,
Raw
that game
Data
is fun.
Yeah, it is. Raw Data $15.99.
Yes, it's really cool. If I wish they'd patch multiplayer over, they did on PC and never on PSVR, but it's still worth it, even for single player.
That would be really fun in multiplayer. That's what's missing.
It would be the best.
That's what's missing because the game is fun. It's just lonely. Man, I'm lonely. Castle Storm VR Edition $5.99.
You'll have to deflect this one. I haven't played it enough. It's the tower defense, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. I think it's like tower defense, but it's all around you, and so you look to where you want to go. And
can you jump in and control the little guys? Because I kind of hate when you can do that. I kind of just want to let them do their defense.
I don't know. I don't think you can control them. I think they just kind of run.
It's pretty. I'm looking at the trailer. I think $5.99. If you're into tower defense, yeah.
I think you're going to.
If I don't already own this, I might get it, but I might already own it. I have a lot of PSVR games I've never played.
Accidentally own all the PSVR games. JayBratt over here. How about Transference, Elijah Wood's masterpiece, $9.99.
Yes. If you like to be scared, yes.
The demo was scary. Is that going to be on your 13 Days of Halloween?
If I can get to it, yes. I might have too many other games. The problem is I played some of it already off camera a while back. I never played the demo, though, which is like a separate test case. So I might just do that one. The Walter test case report is separate from the series. So I might just do that one. But yeah, this is scary, and it also has a good plot to learn your way through, which is cool.
Might need to get that. Mind Labyrinth VR Dreams, $9.99.
I have never played this, but I've watched enough of you to play it to say no, I'm not going to spend $10 on it.
Intruders Hide and Seek for $7.99.
Oh, Yeah, I'm actually going to buy that. I'm going to add that to my list right now.
Bam, happened. It happened.
That's going to be a scary game to play. Who doesn't want to be a 5-year-old kid during a home invasion? I mean, that's the plot of the game. Who doesn't want to experience that? That's what VR was made for. I am going to get that.
Listen, guys. The PSVR podcast just sold a game. Just moved one unit. Bam, moving units. That's what we do. The Rabbit Hole for $249.
No. Everything I've heard about that, no.
It's a janky escape room game with one room.
Escape the room.
Escape the room. Turns out all the puzzles are the same. Floor Plan for $299.
Yes, that game it's really fun. Mine glitched for some reason. Actually, my wife was playing it, and it glitched, and she couldn't get past a certain part. Hopefully, that's been fixed. But super cool puzzle game, cute. Yet it's got kind of a dark side to it. You kind of get to see, so it's really intriguing when you're playing it.
One Piece Grand Cruise, $499.
What game?
One Piece Grand Cruise. One Piece, the Grand Cruise. Anime. It's an anime game, man.
Okay, if it's anime, no.
All right. Pinball FX2 VR, $749.
Does that include the DLC for The Walking Dead? You have to buy it separate.
I don't know. I have the Walking Dead one. I must have bought the DLC then, because that's a good.
If it included it, or if the Walking Dead is only a couple bucks, yes, that looks super cool. How the zombies around you while trying to play pinball.
It's really fun. Yeah. This comes with 3 tables: Secrets of the Deep, Mars, and Epic Quest. So no, it doesn't come with the Walking Dead. But man, you're right. The Walking Dead. That's the $5.99 for the Walking Dead table.
Oof. That's a lot together. Now you're talking $13. If you're really into pinball, yes. Or if you're really into The Walking Dead, yes. If you're not really into either, no, don't do it.
I think I have like 5 of these sets. They released a lot of tables for this, man. I got it all, baby.
You've been spending money like crazy over there. Look at Mr. Moneybags.
Moneybags, that's me, man. Listen, I don't play PSVR. I just spend PSVR. That's all I do, man. Sprint Vector for $14.99.
Sprint Vector. There's not going to be the lobbies and the multiplayer for it, but it is a good workout. And a quick callback to Moneybags over there. For those of you who are just listening to the podcast and can't see, Alex is so rich, he keeps a luggage bag packed, ready to jump on a plane when adventure calls him. And it is in the frame right now. I can see it just sitting over there. Packed luggage bag, ready to go. That's a guy who likes adventure. Get Sprint Vector if you want to get a workout, or if you have friends that have it, though, it's going to be really fun to play multiplayer on it. It's parkour. You have to move your arms to skate. It tires you out like crazy.
3D rudder support?
If only.
The ultimate cheat code, yeah. Out of Ammo for $7.49.
No.
Apocalypse Rider for $2.49.
Hell no.
Unearthing Mars 2, The Ancient War for $9.99.
Yeah. Number 2 is nothing like number 1.
All right.
Amazingly. I think it even has aim support, actually, if I remember.
They both do, man.
Oh, well, the first one sucked anyways.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to get the first one then. How about that? You win.
Get the second one. Go straight to number 2. It's like the Fast and the Furious.
Borderlands 2 VR.
Yeah.
For $24.99.
I don't care what sale price it is. Get it. Aim support, great game. All the DLCs out with it now, I think.
Yeah. Just no multiplayer.
Well, that'll never happen.
What is it with multiplayer and VR? It must just be really hard to do.
It's too demanding. Like, you look at that game, Killing Floor, really fun game, really fun multiplayer. But the second player and multiplayer got a terrible experience versus the first player because they had to downgrade it.
That's how Adam and I played it. He always had to be second place.
So you had a great time, and Adam hates the game. That's what happened. I've already
beaten the game like 2 or 3 times, and Adam
he always has to be the click turning. Second player only gets click turns. First player can have smooth turns. It's ridiculous.
And I ripped on him so hard, acting like he was too dumb to figure out how to turn on smooth.
Oh, that's good. That's what he gets.
Turns out you just can't. You just can't. Oh,
you just can't. Second player can't.
Theseus for $4.99.
Ooh, I'm wrestling with that one because I still want to try to play this just because it looks gorgeous. I'm still waiting for it to be like the sub $5 bracket though. If it's $2.50, I'm buying it. $4.99, no. Yeah.
I bought it, played about an hour. I kind of got frustrated with it. I really like the idea of a game like that, but something about it just bored me and it made me mad, and I got mad at it. I got mad at it.
Terrible execution.
Creed Rise to Glory, $14.99.
Definitely. Great workout. If you can play with other people too, that's just the icing on the cake, but even by yourself, that's a good game.
Get beat up by 10-year-olds. Solus Project and $9.99.
If it was $19.99, yes. For those of you who don't know about the Souls Project, that is an amazing game. It is so good.
Yeah, I enjoyed what I've played of it. Not all of it, but some of it. Guns and Stories Bulletproof VR, $9.99.
Oh, God. The developer gave me this game for free, so I feel like I should just say yes. Yes! Yes!
Did you play it?
Oh, yeah, I have reviewed it on my channel.
Okay.
It's cool. I mean, it's another wave shooter. It's a different take on one. It's kind of wacky. Yeah. It's got some cool things to it.
All right.
Yes.
Dick Wild 2, $9.99.
Yeah, buy 2, get a buddy one, play it co-op together. You'll have a lot of laughs. Have some drinks and play it together.
We don't condone that behavior, Mr. Oregon.
I said drinks. Have some gamer juice that's not alcoholic, and then play it together.
Have some soft juices, my friends.
Soft juice, like me.
Doom
soft
VFR.
Apple cider.
Doom VFR for $14.99.
Boy, if you don't have it by now, do you want it? Yes, it's Doom. It's glitchy. Mine was glitchy. Hopefully it's been patched since then. But it's got aim support. It's got moves, dual shock. You can do it all. And it's Doom. Just to see the monsters in VR is worth it. It's cool looking.
The Persistence for $14.99.
Yes. I got it clearance for $15.97, and I thought it was worth it. So $14.99, even better.
That's a great, great game. Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, $9.99.
I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, yes, it looks cool. Everyone says it looks really good. Yeah. I watched Adam play it.
Viking Days for $2.49.
Oh, crap. What's Viking Days? I don't know.
It's no. You don't want to get it.
Nope, never mind. Just no. We'll go no.
Just no. Electronauts, $9.99.
If you're really into music, absolutely. Otherwise, no. If you want to create your own music, yeah. I got it, played it for like 10 minutes, thought it was cool, never played it again. I paid full price back in the day, so.
Definitely yes, but no, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Titanic VR for $9.99.
Oh, God. Not on PSVR, no. They made it into a 360 video instead of actual VR because they just couldn't handle it.
Oh, really?
And if you play it on PC, because I actually got it on PC too, it's amazing, but it's super demanding. My PC could barely run it at the time, and it was crazy demanding, but it is really cool. It's very, very sobering. It's educational, but it's cool. It's but on PSVR they just wrecked it with the way they redid the video on it. So no,
that's a shame. Bravo Team for $9.99. That is a sobering game.
If you have a best friend that you can make fun of the game with and play it together, yes, actually, co-op multiplayer. This actually can be really fun with a friend. Do not try to play this by yourself. Do not buy it to play it by yourself.
That's what I did.
Lonely, like Alex, and you'll be sad.
Hey, your buddy or your partner runs into the wall, won't even come. PSVR World, $7.49.
If you don't already have this, yes, go get it. I mean, just the shark experience. Put your mom in there; it'll be worth it when she falls and screams and cries. Yes,
you're gonna buy a new headset. Infinite Mini Golf, $7.49.
No.
All right. Apollo 11 VR, $5.99.
If you care about space and you're not a flat earther, yes. If you're a flat earther, you're going to think it's all propaganda and you're going to hate yourself for buying it. So no.
Ooh, getting political on us. I like it. Killing Floor Incursion, $9.99.
Yes, if you're going to be the first player in co-op. Not if you're going to be the second player.
Space Junkies, $9.99.
Yes, I'm actually going to add that to the list too. I need to buy that.
Yep.
I've been meaning to for a long time.
We should play sometime.
Yes.
If you'll just answer my friend request. Drone Striker for $4.99.
No.
Oh, Super Hot VR.
I was gonna say I don't actually know, but my first instinct is no.
It's pretty fun, man. Aim support. It's good.
I'll go maybe then.
Super Hot VR, $14.99.
Pay double that. That is one of the best games still to date. Make sure your play space is set up correctly though. Otherwise you'll be frustrated. Correctly means however far you're going to walk, the camera can still see both your controllers at all times. Otherwise, you're just going to lose your hands and get frustrated.
Yeah, and then they'll jiggle and stuff, and that'll move time forward, and you'll be screwed.
Yep, you'll be done.
Tetris Effect, $23.99.
If you're Adam, yes. I say no. I'm waiting for the sub $15, and I'm buying it. But until then, no.
Have you not played it?
I played the demo,
and
everybody says, "Oh, the demo is not the same as the main version." I don't know. Maybe it does get a lot better, but it's Tetris in VR. It's got great music. I know that. I just still feel like it's a lot for Tetris. I'm waiting for sub 15.
This is weird. Adam and I played the demo and loved it. Went out and bought the game, played the full game, and we were like, I think the demo is the peak. And
That
then
was the best of it. Ooh.
A lot of other people played the demo and they're like, I don't know. And then they play the full game and they were like, yeah. So I'm confused as to how this works for people. I don't know video games apparently. Angry Birds Movie 2 VR Under Pressure 1979.
That's on sale and it's that much.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
going to go with no. Wait for it a better sale. I've heard it's cool, but that just seems like a lot of money for it.
It's kind of cool. It's like a $10 game. Red Matter 1749.
Yeah. Red Matter's cool.
Box VR 2099. 2099.
Yes. Yes, if you want to get a workout. If you don't want to work out in a video game, you're not going to want to play it.
It's Guitar Hero with Punching Man. It's like my dream. Yep. Home Sweet Home 2099. That's a scary game. Adam says that's real scary.
Yeah, I've heard that's actually one of the scariest, but it seems it's been out a while. It seems like a high price to me.
Yeah, it was like $19 physical, I think.
It's used at GameStop for $13.99. Go buy it there.
You talking about GameStop, man?
They'll try and sell you on it. Just keep saying no until you get out the door with your game. That's
Wasn't that like grievance with GameStop? Yeah, they try to sell me No Man's Sky, try to sell me like a used version for like $40 when the new version was $19.
But they ran out of the new version really fast. I was the last one in Oregon to get one.
Oh, dude tried to scam me or something. I remember that. They can eat a ball. GameStop. Mars Alive 1189.
I don't know that one at all.
Yeah, that's the Mars one I was talking about earlier. Yeah, I think it's a fair price, but it's got some jankiness to it. It feels kind of unfinished a bit, but it's still kind of eerie. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted 2099. That's supposed to be scary. Yeah, that's a Halloween game to get. Have you played it?
I've seen it played, and I was trying to avoid it, but now I guess I have to with this thing I'm doing. So get it while it's on sale. But I don't know if my heart can take that. I'm going to die in a video.
Paper Dolls 1189. Another scary game. No? They fixed the controls. Does that make you want to buy it?
Maybe. I heard it was just terrible at first.
Oh, all right. It was just the controls were really bad. It was like you have to hit left and right on the stick to move or something.
It's like you're walking.
Yeah, the shoulder button is like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right to walk. Something like that. They fixed it. They had a whole interview with the developer they posted on YouTube of like why we are fixing this.
Wow, good for them for actually coming back and fixing it. A lot of them just don't.
Yeah. They told us they weren't going to fix it. They emailed us and said we're not going to do it, and then they did.
They made it happen.
The power we have. PlayPSVR. Telefrag VR 1749.
No.
I'm Hungry 1189.
No.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard 1499.
Yes, although if the bundle's on sale too, get the bundle, get it all.
Get the bundle. I was going to say no to this because you pay a little bit more and get all the DLC so you don't miss out. Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, $29.99.
No.
What about Dancing in Moonlight for $29.99?
No. That's so much. I couldn't believe these things were $60 when they came out. That's crazy.
That's because there's not many people are going to play this game, but the people that are going to play this game will pay any price to play this game.
That's painful. That hurts my feelings.
Listen, I love Persona 4, and those characters are fun and stuff, but I do not want to dance with them.
No.
Starlight or Moonlight, not my jam. Bartender VR Simulator, $14.99.
No, unless you can actually get certified at the end and be a real bartender.
Yeah, I don't think so. I heard this game was pretty bad.
No.
Loading Human Chapter 1 for $29.99?
What? That sounds like that cost more than it did when it came out.
What's going on here? This game is regularly $7.99 in the Walmart DVD rack.
Yeah. If you can get this game for less than $3, if this game gets out of Stunt Kite Masters, then do it. You never forget your first kiss in VR. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, I'm going to play this game. All right. Talk about fears and things that scare me. Kissing. That's scary. All right. Moving on. We're done with the sales. Sounds like we found a couple things for you to buy. How much buy me a couple things too? Sound good?
I'll send you my 3D router. That's what I'm doing for you.
That's it. That is it. Thank you
for the deal.
Giving me a free D-rudder. All right. Time for the airing of the grievances. Do you have an airing of grievances?
I do, actually. You know what? I want to talk about Adam while he's not here to defend himself because that's my favorite way to do it. But first, just to help give everyone perspective, we're going to go back and listen to a few seconds or minutes of an old podcast. Get ready and listen in. Cue the sound.
Adam, we want to hear you airing your grievances.
Oh, yeah, because I got them. So first of all, before I rip into you guys, I do want to thank Will and I want to thank Luke for filling in for me last week because if we had to listen to Alex alone, we would have probably all killed ourselves. So I appreciate you joining us. However, I can't just let you by unscathed because you effed up. But so did Alex. So here we go. Here's one of my two grievances. I've got two of them. So the first one is just in general last week's podcast. First of all, Alex, you dolt. You cannot have two guests on at the same time. There isn't enough time and conversation to go around for everybody. I know when we have a guest on, we have 3 people. Last week you had 3 people. But dummy, we know that when we have a guest on, the guest is the centerpiece and we take a back seat. Instead, what you did is bring 2 people on and then you all needed to talk. But it was confusing because you talked to Will for like a half hour while Luke just sat there and then I guess he played with himself back in Australia. I don't know. What an effing joke. You suck. I cannot wait until you miss an episode, and I'm going to put on an MFing clinic and to show you how it's done.
A clinic.
Also, you didn't give Luke a free game. We have extra Monkey King codes. It was the perfect time to pawn one off on him. And again, Will, you review games. Get your own Monkey King. That's bullcrap. But Luke, dude, where's the love for that man? You freaking toilet-sucking dingbat. Give Luke a free game. He got robbed.
Okay, so there's a lot to cover there. But first and most obvious, Adam says, hey, I'm going to take you to the court. I am going to show you a clinic on how to do it when you're not around. Well, guess what? Alex is gone for 3 weeks. Adam does a live stream. He says on the live stream, hey, can anybody do the podcast with me this weekend? I said, hey, man, I'm here. I'm going to do it with you. And he says, let's make it happen. Let's set it up. 3 weeks. He had me on retainer and did not use me one time. Did not do the podcast one time. I had to have so many lonely car rides when I would have listened to the podcast. And I know many of you out there thought they both died. People were messaging saying, hey, what happened to you guys? Are you alive? Did something happen? Does Thailand have Alex now? What the F, Adam? You had your chance to show him you're going to the clinic. I'm going to take you and show you a clinic. You did nothing. You let the podcast fall apart and just go to hell for 3 straight weeks. This is my grievance. He had me waiting. I was sitting here on a Friday night. I could have been out partying. I could have been out doing crazy stuff. I was sitting here in front of my computer, ready to log on and be with you, and you left me hanging. You left me with my D in my hand, alone by myself in front of my computer. What do you think happened, Adam? What do you think you forced me to do? This is your fault, and I want you to claim some responsibility for it. This is week 1 that you're gone, and what the heck is Alex doing? Alex is making the podcast happen. Alex is here. He deserves some praise. You suck, Adam. This time it's you. And I can't believe that Alex is back. He's in the podcast with you last week. I hadn't heard from you or anything. And he's not even mad. He didn't even get up in your face and say anything about the fact that 3 weeks he's gone and you let everything fall apart. The sponsors have left the building. No more money is coming from Power A. You wrecked the podcast, and now you got to rebuild from the ground up. That's my grievance.
It's because I'm a gentle soul who lives in the moment. When I get angry at Adam, I just think about flying that kite. I put all my anger and frustration and disappointment at Adam, and I put it on that kite, and I put that kite in the air, and I watch it fly away. And and then I put my D in my hand, and then what do you think happened, Adam? That's hilarious. Adam, what do you think happened, man? I'm chafing, man.
You forced me into it. This was not my fault.
I'm chafing. Oh, goodness. That's great. Thank you for defending me. Okay, listen, I'm the true hero of this podcast, and it's about time somebody recognizes it, all right? You know? Nobody comes to my defense. I need it. I need some validation, JayBratt. You're saving my life here, man. You're you are saving the podcast. You're the embodiment. Listen, JayBratt, you're the embodiment of the listeners. What you say is what the listeners are thinking, man.
Yep.
And we're all mad. That's my grievance. You just made me riled up and mad. My grievance is Adam. We both have the grievance as Adam. I'm gone. I'm international, all right? I'm trying to scoop up that hot Korean money. You know, they want to invest overseas. They want to start some business abroad. get through some of that blockade business. We got big China growing over here. Well, let's invest in America in a Play PSVR, the podcast. That's where the money's going. And I'm trying to get good there, secure some gamer juice deals. And what's Adam doing? Finger in the butt. Finger in his butt. Doing nothing. Telling you, hey, get your D in your hand, and let me come do a podcast with you.
And here you are. You're so busy. You still haven't unpacked your bag. It's right there.
It's right
in
there.
the frame. You haven't
Right
unpacked
there.
it yet. And here you are making the podcast happen, keeping the listeners happy, doing it for the people.
Thank you. Thank you, JayBratt, for coming onto the podcast. This has
Yeah.
been great. JayBratt, do you have any shout outs for us?
I wanted to let everybody know, last time I was on here, I just started my channel. Things are going actually really well. We hit 200 subscribers, and we're actually almost already to 300. But part of the 200 subscribers, thank you. I'm giving away a PCVR headset. I've had my great share of VR, my great fortunes, and so now I want to give a little bit of that back and give away a PCVR headset. If you want to get in on that, head over to the channel, and I'll make sure there's a link in the description here to the video. Just leave a comment on that 200 subscriber thank you video. If you're not subscribed already, hit that button and hang out with me. We can talk PSVR. We can talk about how crappy Adam is and how Alex is the savior of the podcast.
Yes.
And then who knows? Right now, there's like 60 people signed up. That's a better odds of winning than anything else you're going to get in this day and age. 1 in 60, that's good odds. So come on over, hang out, and get in on that PCVR headset I'm trying to give away. Ends on Halloween.
Ooh. Am I allowed to enter if I don't have a PC that can play VR?
Sure.
Am I allowed to enter because I know you?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you, like we do this.
There's other people that have done this with me,
Okay.
and they've entered. So yeah.
So when I win, people aren't going to come back and be like, well, you just gave it to him because you were on his podcast.
No,
How are you
obviously
prepared to
that's not
defend
gonna
yourself?
I'll use a random comment picker, and I'll either do it live or I'll record the moment, and when it happens, I'll be like, look, I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
When it ends up that Alex wins it, then people won't question it. I'll just be like, hey, that guy won.
Forget the competition. Give it to me, and I promise you that I'll record the next podcast standing on a 3D rudder with the PCVR headset on my head.
It'll be my 3D rudder I sent you, and it's going to break. Your bunny's going to come chew the cord. You're going to snap it while you're standing on it. Yeah, I know your house is dangerous. I've heard the tales.
I'll send it all back to you. Say, I just couldn't get it to work.
He's got some friend from college upstairs cleaning his house right now. He was wondering if I could hear the banging around up there. Some friend from college came over and is now cleaning his house for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he gets people to do this stuff, but I got to up my game. It's amazing.
Come visit me, people. I'll put you to work. I will put you to work, and you will thank me for it. That's how I roll. That's how the podcast rolls. That's how Play PSVR, the podcast rolls. JayBratt, thank you so much for joining me this week.
Definitely.
I need to have you on again anytime you want to come on. Just shoot me a message and we can make it work. I'll kick Adam off the podcast, even if he's not here. I'll say, Adam, we got a great thing. Hey, how about you just sit this one out, man? And then I'll record with you separate. We'll do the same script, everything like that. Exact same podcast. Sounds good to me.
You just record it with him and then cut him out of the video. And then just I'll be there instead saying my responses. And he'll be like, what happened? Where did I go?
Oh, all right. So that's it for Play PSVR, the podcast, episode 77. Lucky 77. That's why Adam's gone. So it's a lucky episode. If you have any comments for us, feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube comment section. You can email us at contact@playpsvr.com or send us a message on Twitter. I think our DMs are open. I would love to get DMs from you guys. That would just make my day. I think you can leave comments on the website. Yeah, slide into the DMs. Slide into the website, playpsvr.com. Listen to some old episodes. Try to find that old episode where Adam was berating me. Just hit us up. Contact us.
First one to find it gets a Monkey King code.
That's it. I'm tying a Monkey King code to that episode. Let your mom know, let your dad know, let your grandma know that Play PSVR, the podcast, is back. All right? No more messing around. We're going to get other people on here if Adam can't handle it. And he can't. So we'll see you next week, maybe in 2 weeks. We don't know how this is going to go. JayBratt, what's your channel? YouTube.com/JayBratt.
JayBratt.
JayBratt. It'll probably be a link in the description down below as well. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week. And I don't even know what our slogan is anymore, man. Virtual reality is our reality.
Sucks.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night.